Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to talk about a little experiment that may sound simple, but the more closely you look at it, the harder it becomes to ignore. It's about Tian Xiwei. It's about Zhang Linghe. And it's about one question that has recently made some fans curious all over again. Does Tian Xiwei really seem different when she interacts with Zhang Linghe compared with when she's around other actors? At first glance, this might sound like an ordinary question within a fandom. But when several moments are placed side by side, expressions, eye contact, smiles, spontaneous reactions, even those tiny pauses before answering, suddenly, everything starts to feel different. And that's where this experiment begins. Not to prove a relationship. Not to decide who is closest to Tian Xiwei. And certainly not to claim that one small gesture can reveal someone's true feelings. Quite the opposite. This experiment tries to remove the names. Remove the context. Remove the expectations. And leave only one thing behind. The interaction itself. Imagine a video being played for fans. There are no names. No information about who the actor is. No drama title. No clue about who is standing beside Tian Xiwei. Just Tian Xiwei and an actor. She laughs. She looks to the side. She reacts to a joke. Then the camera captures her expression for a few seconds. The question is simple. Who do you think is standing beside her? This is where the experiment starts to get interesting. Because for some fans, the answer might seem obvious. They feel like they recognize something. A small pattern. A certain energy. A particular way Tian Xiwei reacts when she's around someone. And when the name Zhang Linghe is finally revealed, the reaction changes. Oh, that's Zhang Linghe. Wait. I could tell. Why does their interaction feel different? Comments like these are exactly what can make a fandom start talking all over again. But, is there really something different? Or have we simply become so familiar with seeing Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei together that our brains automatically recognize patterns we've seen countless times before? That's the most fascinating part of this experiment. Because human beings naturally look for patterns. Once we become invested in a pair on screen, we begin noticing things that we might not have considered important before. A 2-second glance. A small smile. The way someone turns their head. The way someone laughs after hearing a joke. Even something as simple as leaning slightly closer while talking. To an ordinary viewer, it might mean absolutely nothing. But to fans, sometimes 1 second can feel like an entire story. And the name Zhang Linghe, of course, makes everything even more interesting. Especially after so many viewers witness their chemistry as an on-screen pair. There's something about their interactions that keeps drawing fans back. Not just because of the drama scenes. Not just because of the characters they played. But because, as cameras continued capturing their promotional moments and public appearances, fans were given more opportunities to see how the two reacted to each other outside of the actual scenes. And then came the question that was difficult to avoid. Is that chemistry only on screen? Or do they really seem comfortable around each other? But this is where we need to pause for a moment. Because feeling comfortable does not always mean romance. Laughing together does not mean two people are in a relationship. Eye contact is not automatically a confession. And strong on-screen chemistry, by itself, is never proof of a private relationship. This is important. Very important. Because this experiment is not about finding proof of a romantic relationship between Tian Xiwei and Zhang Linghe. It's about one thing only. How fans perceive differences in their interactions. And when we try comparing those interactions with other actors, the question becomes even harder to answer. Tian Xiwei is an actress. She's used to working with different co-stars. She laughs when something is funny. She responds when someone speaks. She builds chemistry while promoting a project. She also has to adapt to the atmosphere of an event, the cameras, the host, and the people around her. So, if Tian Xiwei appears extremely comfortable around an actor, is that really something special? Or is that simply part of being a professional actress? On the other hand, some fans say they can feel the difference. They aren't saying it's proof of a relationship. They're simply saying, something feels different. Something feels different. And that simple sentence is enough to keep the discussion going. Because how do you measure something that cannot be measured? How do you prove a feeling based only on an expression? How do you distinguish professional chemistry from personal comfort? There is no ruler for that. No number. No formula. And perhaps, that's exactly why the fandom finds it so fascinating. Now, let's return to the experiment. Imagine taking several clips of Tian Xiwei. The first clip is with one actor. The second clip is with another actor. The third clip is with Zhang Linghe. All the names are hidden. All the context is removed. Then we ask the viewers, which one is Zhang Linghe? One by one, fans begin making their choices. Some might be confident. Some might hesitate. And others might simply say, I can't tell the difference. But if many people actually manage to guess correctly, the next question becomes even more interesting. What exactly did they recognize? Was it the eye contact? Was it the way Tian Xiwei smiled? Was it the distance between them when they stood together? Or perhaps, it's simply because fans have become so familiar with this particular pair? Now imagine that once the names are revealed, the fans aren't always right. The moment they thought was Zhang Linghe turns out to be another actor. And the moment they considered completely ordinary turns out to be Zhang Linghe. Wouldn't that be fascinating? Because perhaps this experiment isn't only testing Tian Xiwei. It's also testing us as viewers. How objective are we when we're looking at someone we like? Are we really seeing what is happening? Or are we seeing what we hope is happening? And this is where a kind of confession emerges. Not from Tian Xiwei or Zhang Linghe, but from the fans themselves. They acknowledge that once two people become a favorite pairing within a fandom, every little movement can feel much bigger. One smile can feel like a message. One glance can feel like an answer. And one completely ordinary moment can become something fans discuss for days. But once again, there has been no official statement from Tian Xiwei saying that her interactions with Zhang Linghe have romantic meaning. There has been no official statement from Zhang Linghe saying that they share a special relationship. So if a video claims that one particular gesture is proof, we should pause for a moment. Take a breath. And look at the facts again. What actually happened in front of the camera? What was actually said? And what is simply a fan interpretation? Because sometimes, the most interesting part isn't finding the answer. It's watching how one small question can lead thousands of people to completely different opinions. Some fans see chemistry. Some see friendship. Some see professionalism. And others say, maybe we don't need to give meaning to every single gesture. Everyone has their own perspective. But one thing is undeniable. The names Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei still carry enormous interest within the fandom. The moment a small interaction appears, fans start paying attention again. The moment there's a new interaction, fans begin comparing. And the moment another actor enters the conversation, the old question comes back. Does Tian Xiwei look the same when she's with them? Or, is there really something different when Zhang Linghe is there? Maybe we'll never get a definite answer from a smile. Maybe we'll never know what's truly inside someone's heart just by looking at their eyes. And maybe we shouldn't try to turn every moment into a confession. But as a fandom experiment, the question remains fascinating. Because this time, We're not asking you to believe anything. We're asking you to look for yourself. Forget their names. Forget the rumors. Forget the theories. Look at the expression. Look at the reaction. Pay attention to the way Tian Xiwei listens. Notice when she laughs. Notice how she responds. Then ask yourself, is there really a difference? And if there is, what makes it different? Is it chemistry? Is it simply familiarity from working together? Is it the atmosphere of the event? Or does everything just feel different because we've already become attached to the story of Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei? Maybe the answer lies somewhere in between. And perhaps, because the answer isn't simple, that's exactly what makes this experiment so fascinating. So now, we want to hear what you think. If Zhang Linghe's name were hidden from a clip, would you still be able to recognize that he is the person standing beside Tian Xiwei? And more importantly, do you think Tian Xiwei's interactions with Zhang Linghe genuinely look different compared with her interactions with other actors? Don't just say yes or no. Tell us which moment made you feel that way. Because perhaps, when thousands of fans share their answers, we might discover something even more interesting than any rumor. It's not about who secretly likes whom. It's not about who is closest to whom. It's about how one on-screen chemistry can make so many people keep watching, even after the cameras stop rolling. And perhaps, that's the real question. Are we looking at a relationship that is somehow different? Or are we simply witnessing a chemistry so powerful that it's difficult to forget? You decide. I'll see you in the next video. And don't forget, watch closely. Because sometimes, one tiny second is all it takes to make an entire fandom start wondering all over again.